Imagine a typical morning on your birthday. The sun might be shining outside, but your phone is already starting to heat up from vibrations, turning into a tiny, persistent insect that spews tons of notifications, animated fireworks cards, and boilerplate health and happiness wishes every second. Society, marketers, and even your grandmother have spent years hammering into your head the idea that this day is your personal Oscar, a grand carnival of the self where you are obligated to shine like a polished kettle and radiate joy on an industrial scale. But instead of feeling like the king of the party, you wake up with the sensation that you are about to take an incredibly difficult exam, one for which you are not only unprepared but for which you never even signed up. A sticky, inexplicable anxiety spreads inside you, and all you sincerely want is to pull the blanket up to your chin, close the curtains tight and hit a skip year button to avoid participating in this mandatory attraction of forced enthusiasm. It's as if you, a person who simply loves quiet walks in the woods, were suddenly pushed onto the stage of a crowded stadium under blinding spotlights and demanded to perform a spirited dance while thousands of eyes judge your every move. We are used to calling this birthday depression or the birthday blues, shamefully hiding these feelings behind polite smiles, but let's be honest, this isn't a whim or a sign of bad character. Your brain at this moment is in a state of severe overload, trying to digest the colossal social and existential pressure that this holiday, like a huge concrete slab, drops onto your psyche. We often confuse a celebration with an obligation to be happy on schedule, and it is precisely this conflict between the externally imposed, should, and your internal, don't want to, that gives birth to that quiet hatred for your own date of birth. Let's look into the very depths of this mechanism and understand why your brain turns your birthday into an annual inspection of your failures instead of just letting you eat a piece of cake. The problem is that in our culture, a birthday isn't just a date, it's a giant, merciless mirror that time holds right up to your face at the most inconvenient moment, when you are completely unprepared for it. Your internal strategist, a real fan of statistics, decides on this very day to conduct a full inventory of your life, checking your actual achievements against that mythical image of the ideal self you painted in your imagination a long time ago. You look at the number on your ID, and it begins to seem like more than just a digit. It feels like a sentence or a stern judge asking, well, where are your great accomplishments? Where is your vaunted success? Where is the house with the fireplace and the inner peace you dreamed of at 20? This cognitive gap between your expectations and your reality turns the holiday into a day of mourning for those versions of you that never came to fruition. You involuntarily start comparing yourself to friends on social media who have already conquered the world in their 30s, and you feel that you have hopelessly fallen behind in this unspoken race of achievements. Instead of living in the moment, your mind gets stuck in the past, endlessly chewing over old mistakes, or catapults into the future, frightened by how rapidly time is melting away, turning your personal holiday into an annual reminder of your mortality and the fact that another year of life has simply flown by, leaving behind nothing but a mountain of unfulfilled promises to yourself. This psychological audit is extremely painful because, on your birthday, you have no way to hide behind daily routines. You are left alone with the question, who am I and what am I worth? And often the answer your tired brain gives you is one you don't like at all. But if we dig even deeper, we find the so-called spotlight effect, which on a birthday expands to cosmic proportions, turning your life into a reality show you never wanted to be in. On this day, you suddenly and forcibly become the center of attention, and for a person with a sensitive soul or an introvert, this is not a gift but a real act of psychological violence against the individual. All day long, you are forced to play the role of the happy birthday person, squeezing out gratitude for every call and every message, even if a black hole of exhaustion or sadness is gaping inside you at that moment. You feel obligated to entertain guests, be the life of the party, and live up to someone else's idea of what a proper celebration should look like, and this need to constantly be on display drains every last drop of your mental energy. This state can be compared to being forced to dance on hot coals while being required to maintain an expression of total bliss on your face. Social expectations create an invisible cage around you, where every congratulations feels like a small sting, reminding you that right now you don't belong to yourself, but are public property that must delight others with your success and positivity. You fear appearing ungrateful or strange, so you put on a mask of joy, but beneath that mask lies colossal tension from the fact that your true state, a desire for silence and solitude, is considered socially unacceptable and almost criminal on this day. Sometimes the roots of this deep-seated dislike for your own holiday go back to early childhood, to the soil where our first ideas about love and recognition were planted, and where a birthday could become the territory of the first serious disappointments. Perhaps you grew up in a family where your needs always took a back seat, and your parents either forgot about your holiday altogether or turned it into another excuse to gather their friends for a loud party where you were just a faint decoration interfering with the adults' entertainment. Or maybe every year you harbored a fragile hope for that miracle that would finally make you feel truly seen and important, but instead of magic, you received perfunctory gifts and a cold, well, grow up big. Now your adult brain, being an excellent guardian, is simply trying to protect you from repeating that unbearable childhood pain by preemptively switching to, I don't care, or, I hate this, mode so that no one can hit you where it hurts. This is a kind of emotional armor, a way of self-defense. If I decide in advance that this day is total nonsense and I despise it, then no one's inattention, not a single forgotten call or the absence of that special feeling can pierce my defense and make me cry into my pillow again. Your inner child has simply been burned too many times by the cold cake of unjustified expectations, and now they prefer not to go near this festive bonfire at all, choosing the safe darkness of solitude over the risk of being rejected again on their most important day. The biggest and perhaps the prickliest insight you have to digest to finally breathe a sigh of relief is this: you are not obligated to experience happiness on a schedule, and your sadness on your birthday is not a breakdown but the highest degree of honesty with yourself. We live in an era of toxic positivity where happiness is imposed on us as an obligatory quality of life standard, but true self-care can consist precisely in officially allowing yourself not to celebrate, not to smile, and not to comply. Your brain has every right to a quiet melancholy, to reflections on the fleeting nature of existence, and even to a legitimate lack of desire to be the hero of the day in someone else's script for fun. Allowing yourself to spend this day as your inner compass dictates, whether it's a solo movie marathon, a long walk without a phone, or just sleeping until noon, is the royal gift you can give yourself. You are not broken or ill if the clinking of glasses makes you want to run away. You are simply a human being brave enough to realize the deep value of your time and not want to waste it on maintaining empty social rituals. Your worth as a person is not measured by the number of guests at your table or the cost of gifts. It is within you, in your right to be yourself on any day of the year, including the one when you appeared in this strange and complex world. Ultimately, a birthday is just another astronomical fact, another orbit of our little planet around the sun, and it is absolutely not an exam of your success or competence as a human being. Stop treating this day like an annual jury trial before which you supposedly fail every time by not racking up enough achievements. Start with a small but revolutionary step. Give yourself full, unconditional permission to be out of sorts, to be sad or even angry on this day if that is what you truly feel. Over time, your brain will get used to the fact that this day has stopped being a threat to your self-esteem, and perhaps in a couple of years, you will feel, instead of the usual horror, a light, pleasant curiosity about the new chapter of your personal story. Remember that your mental energy is your most limited and precious resource, and you have every right to spend it exclusively on building your own happy reality, not on serving others' fantasies about what an ideal holiday should look like. If this video has become that supportive hug you were missing, don't forget to subscribe to the Thinking 2.0 channel. Here we learn together to take off our masks, accept our shadow sides, and build a life in which we don't have to pretend to be superheroes to feel worthy of love and respect.